you I'd like to know about sex change operation.
Men to woman, or woman to men, from penis to vagina.
Immediately after the song, we pan across the city and Rita is in her apartment. There's no connection, just jarring jumps to the other side of the planet. Okay, I want to pause here for a second, and of all things, listen to Matt Stone and Trey Parker describe how they've kept South Park alive for so long, and the core is in the writing.
Each individual scene has to work as a kind of funny sketch. You don't want one scene that's just like, well, what was the point of that scene? We've found out this really simple rule that maybe you guys have all heard before, but it took us a long time to learn it. But we can take these beats, which are basically the beats of your outline, and if the words "and then" belong between those beats, you're f***ed, basically. You got something pretty boring. What should happen between every beat that you've written down is either the word therefore or but, right? So what I'm saying is that you come up with an idea and it's like, okay, this happens, right? And then this happens. No, it should be this happens and therefore this happens. But this happens, therefore this happens. And that, as soon as we are able to, and literally sometimes we'll write it out to make sure we're doing it. We'll have our beats and we'll say, okay, this happened, but then this happens, and that affects this, and that does to that, and that's why you get a show that feels like, okay, this to that, to this to that, but this, here's the complication, to that. And there's so many scripts we read from new writers and things that we see.
God, I see movies.
And
you see movies that you're just watching, and it's like, this happened, and then this happens, and then this happens. That's when you're in a movie just going, what the am I watching this movie for? Just like, this happened, and then this happened, and this happened. That's not a movie, you know, that's not a story. Like Trey said, it's those two, but, because, therefore, that gives you the causation between each beat, and that makes that's a story.
Applying that same idea here, there is no cause and effect. She writes the legal argument, then she goes to court, then she gets the phone call, then she's abducted, then she flies to Bangkok. It's just a rough sequence of events. Now, before you start arguing that all films are just a rough sequence of events, take a look at the scene from Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, a film that received the same number of Oscar nominations. They enter the mines of Moria and realize everyone is dead. Therefore, they quickly exit, planning to take another route. But they are attacked by a massive creature in the water. Therefore, they fight, trying to rescue the party member that was grabbed, but are overpowered. Therefore, they flee back into the mines, sealing the door, and forcing them to face the unknown dead inside. Cause and effect. Let's keep that in mind as we continue.